and we're not arguing amongst each other, and we're actually looking at what's best for this football club. Because I tell you what, if there is such thing as a super fan, how are you going to define that? It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we as a fan base got beat 7-0 by our biggest rivals last Sunday. Are we going to start arguing about who's a proper fan? Come on, what this is about is our future. This is about your kids' future. This is about your relationships. This is about, your relatives' past. I think of, my granddad was the reason I support Manchester United. I was in the loft when I moved house a few months ago, and I found these old pictures of basically paper cuttings of pictures of Man United teams from the 50s and 60s. And you think, this team did matter to him and a lot of other people who are no longer with us. I just don't get it. I do get it, because everything's about power and everything's about making yourself feel better than everybody else. But ultimately, it's really quite encouraging to see so many different people coming out and saying, no, we don't want the Elliott Group. That's not what we want. And we don't want any. It's not just, the Elliott Group are unfortunate because it's public. There's only 3 public bids: the Elliott Group, Sir Jim, and Qatar. But the Elliott Group represent probably 2 or 3 other bids, which are all about investment and hedge funds and equity and stuff like that. And we don't want that. So it's good to see so many people coming out and saying, we don't want this. And they'll be very aware of that now. That's all we can do. So all we can do as a fan base is vocally put it out there. We don't want that type of ownership. And it's out there, and people are going to keep doing it, which is fantastic.